let's see if I've got this going because I forgot to put my mic on. So let's have a look if I can actually hear myself talking properly. Oh no, that's something completely different. Let's have a look at this one. No, yep, okay, sounds like my mic's working properly, which is awesome. So as per usual, just skip on if you're watching this on catch up. By a couple of minutes, I'd say is probably your best option. And let's just go. Live. Cool, that's that one. Just see there's 5 of you in the chat or in the stream. So hello everyone, thanks for joining. Just a little bit early, so I'm just getting a few things situated, just spamming as I do. So just bear with me just a couple of minutes, but feel free to start posting comments in and I'll get back to them in just a moment. Okay, I think that's sufficiently spammed, I would say. Maybe I'll put it on the Discord for all of those on the Discord. Here we go. That's the Discord channel. I'll put it in here. This will do. Cool. All right, let's just have a look. So, Ian, about time you showed up. Yes, I know I've been slack, mate. Sorry. How are you? How are you feeling? I don't think you were too great last time we spoke. Good day, Patrick. Thanks for joining, mate. Good to see you on here. Massimiliano, you absolute legend. You're on again, mate. Greetings from Italy. Yes, greetings from Australia, mate. How's the weather in Italy at the moment? Ah, my wife's pumpkin's in shot. I didn't even see that. It's a fake pumpkin. It's from Costco. All right, I didn't see it. It is almost Halloween, so you got to have something. Probably I should turn it on. That would be quite amusing, actually. I didn't see that. My room becomes the dumping ground, it would seem. Oh, I've just dropped my camera. That's probably not good. My main camera. I'm on my phone at the minute, so apologies. Whoop. You can tell I don't do this too often. Oh no. Nice little chunk of paint taken off there. That's great. Of course it lands on that. All right, so I'm back. Sorry, there was a technical difficulty. Right, so let's get back to this. Nature says it's my turn to start heading towards the elephant graveyard. Good day, Jamie. Thanks for joining, mate. Mass says it's a sunny time this week. Oh, that's great to hear, mate. Italy always looks like it's got good weather there. You guys are probably in the sweet spot in terms of where you're positioned in Europe. So what's everyone working on? What's everyone got on their bench at the moment? Oh, you can see some of what I've got on my bench too. Not a lot. I haven't really been painting too much. It's been more editing lately for me the last few weeks. I haven't really been painting too much. But yes, let's have a look. What else can I do here? Yeah, I get that, Ian. I've been a bit like that myself as well. Napoleonics is English Civil War again from Jamie. Yeah, you've been posting a lot of that stuff on the Discord, which is great to see. The Discord's gone a bit quiet too, actually. We need to see more of that. I did see you posted last night, which is awesome. I haven't got a chance to actually look at it properly, but I will do. Mass is working on a Panzer IV-G. Oh, it's on the way. Oh, okay. What company are you going with? Because I know you paint 172 scale. So what are you what company have you decided to go with, or are you going with 3D prints? We will discuss the new perks because I've got a couple more that are done. But I want to discuss it a bit more, get people's ideas and stuff. But I'll give the stream about half an hour, so we can try and like get as many people in the stream as possible, and we can talk about the new perk, what people would like to see added to it, what amendments people think need to be made, and where my plans are to go with it. Because I've got a few plans in terms of the end goal for it. So we'll talk all about that in probably about half an hour's time, and yeah, we'll take it from there, and hopefully I'll get some suggestions from you guys, which would be awesome. Nico, hello, Nico, and Sammy Boy. Hello, Chris. Greetings from Canada. Great to have you on, Sammy Boy. Okay, I'll just call you Sammy. Great to have you on, mate, and greetings from Canada. Whereabouts in Canada are you messaging from? I'm busy with Conflict 47, says John. Zombies, and I'm rough again. Had a flu jab last week and I was rough. They gave me COVID jab Thursday and I'm wrecked. Yeah, I think those jabs end up giving you symptoms or problems. I tend to avoid them these days, to be completely honest. Not that I'm a skeptic or anything. I just, yeah, rather not at the moment. And I do like to stay in on pretty much. I don't really socialize too much. This is the most socializing I do in a week's time, other than work, obviously. Oh, Dragon Reboxed. Hobby 2000. Okay, I haven't heard of Hobby 2000, but Dragon Reboxed from Mass for his Panzer Os G. I have to check them out, but yeah, Dragon kits are awesome, aren't they? I've really started to move towards 3D prints, though. I'm starting to find 3D prints are my soul. I just prefer 3D prints, but I get fed up with assembling scale models these days, especially those dragon kits. They're awesome kits, but they just take so long to assemble, and I end up screwing something up, cutting something the wrong way, or gluing it in the wrong area. So 3D print seems to be my friend at the moment. But I've got loads of dragon kits in storage at the moment because I know I'll end up going back to them. Oh, you're in Ottawa, Sammy. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I loved Canada when we went. We only went to Vancouver, Toronto, and Niagara on the Lake, I suppose. But yeah, I need to see more of it. That's for sure. Hello, Ryan. Thanks for joining, mate. Lots of cool 1 to 100 scale 3D prints being sold on eBay, says Nico. Yes, there is. I also saw quite a few die casts, and I'm going to make a video. So for those of you that play Flames of War, they've got the Vietnam range. And let me see if I can reach this one. They picked up the F4C Phantom, and I thought this would make a cool little plane for Flames of War Vietnam. It's a die cast 1 to 100. So I thought I would make a video on how I'm going to make it more game worthy, because I want to I'll just throw that on the floor for now. I want to cut away the landing gear. I'm going to cut away the landing gear and glue it on so it's in the flight mode. And I'm unsure if I should paint the canopy or if I should leave it clear. I'm going to put a wash on it and dirty it up a little bit. But it's a pretty cool kit. It was only like $20 for a die cast. I thought it's not too bad. And then I can make it a bit nicer, I think. We'll see. What do you guys reckon? Should I paint the canopy or should I leave it clear? But it's going to look cool on the... If I put it on the stand, I've got my Flames of War Vietnam stuff that I can put next to it. I think it would make a nice little plane to come in and drop some bombs. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that was a diecast. $20 off eBay, so it's not too bad. Oh, I've made a right mess there. Jesus, that's metal. No wonder I made such a bang. The stand, that is. Good morning from a wet and chilly USA, says John. Good day, John. Thanks for joining, mate. Whereabouts are you again? I think I remember. Is it St. Louis, or am I getting you confused with somebody else? Yes, Ryan, they do have a Vietnam range for Flames of War. I think it's called NAM, N-A-M. Make a diorama of F4 dropping napalm. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. You could put LED lights as well. Um, that'd be cool. Sammy, I love your channel. It's a shame I only found about this the other day. So cool. I think maybe you should paint the metal part of the canopy. Well, thank you so much, Sammy. I really appreciate it. Can I ask, how did you find the channel? Was it just something you were browsing, or was it one of the many Facebook pages I like to spam? Yeah. I think maybe you should paint the metal part of the canopy. I think the metal part of the canopy was painted, wasn't it? Oh, I see there's some damage actually, some paint marks there, but that's okay. I'm going to day this. Oh, there is a bit of damage there actually, but yeah, I think the actual canopy was painted. The frame of the canopy was painted there. If the shot comes in, hide my horrible face. Hopefully you'll be able to see it there. I like the fact they've got the pilots in there, so it is a bit of a, do I keep the canopy? But then if I paint it, it's going to make it look a bit more Flames of War gaming style for those that play Flames of War. So yeah, it's the predicament I've got at the moment. So do let me know what you guys think. Flames of War back on Amazon, says Ryan. I didn't know they came off Amazon. That's good to know. Mass, you agree with Sammy with regards to painting the metal part of the canopy. Okay, so that's interesting. I want to dirty it up. I want to put more like soot and stuff around the engine, and yeah, definitely put a black wash over it because I know these Phantoms got absolutely filthy, especially being on aircraft carriers as well. So I think we can do quite a bit of work to it and make it look really cool, especially for a diecast. Happy Halloween in advance. Cheers, mate. We don't really celebrate Halloween too much in Australia, especially and the UK when I was there. But we like to get in the spirit a little bit. We're not too keen on it here. It's just a good excuse to eat a load of chocolate for me, just like Easter. We end up getting a treat box for people that do want to do trick or treating, and I end up eating it most of it myself. So I'm not looking forward to the weight that's going to be put on, but you never know. At least I can stock it up with chocolates I like because I know that no one's going to eat them. John says, I always go smaller for aircraft, so in 15 mil scale, I go 1 to 200 so they look like they're higher up in the air. Yes, I can understand that. That would make them look a lot more realistic. But I thought for a 1 to 100th diecast of an F4, I had to at least try it. I would have liked a 1 to 144th scale. I like that scale for Flames of War myself, but I couldn't find one. And I don't want to be painting one up. And I don't think anyone does a 1 to 144th scale Phantom that's modeled correctly for the Navy. I know there's an Army variant, but I want the Navy variant because the grey and all of the markings and stuff just make it look so much cooler, in my opinion. Ian's put that is the way. Yep. Yeah, we did go to. I think the first time we went to America, it was during Halloween, and we saw a lot of houses. We were in the mood and with doing the right thing, which was cool to see. But yeah, it's not too big here in Australia. So don't let the pumpkin fool you, all right? This is all my wife's doing. I think it's Costco's finest. I think it even lights up. Let's have a look. Although this, it's bloody heavy. I won't put any of the. It also makes a noise. I think it's meant to scare people. Oh, you won't be able to see the light. There you go. It lights up. Maybe I should airbrush it. Should turn the light off. Hang on. There you go. Spooky. The spooky pumpkin. Spooky pumpkin is gonna sort us all out, right? Enough of that. Let's turn that off because I'll be in trouble for getting the batteries too low. There we go. Cool. It could definitely use a dirt wash, Nico. Nice little enamel wash over that. I should maybe put some decals on it too. Some people get absolutely ridiculous, says Ian. Yeah, they do. I saw a truck yesterday that had tied skeleton to the front of it. That's pretty funny. I do like the ones where they make them look like crime scenes, but they're like super realistic. I think they're really well done. The half-assed ones, like what I would do, are probably a waste of time, but the ones that really put effort into it is really good. I think I had a Battlefront Stuka when I played Second Edition Flames War. I think they were smaller scale than the tanks, but I can't be certain. Yeah, I think Flames of War aircraft are 1 to 144th scale. And I had the Rudel Stuka, but the decals were uh too big, so they didn't look right to me. So I ended up selling it. I probably should have kept it and used the decals properly, but never mind. And got better decals. Sam, if you don't mind me asking, where in Australia do you live? I'm in Western Australia, so I'm on the west coast of Australia, um, on the boring side, some might say. But we've probably got the nicest beaches. That's great if you like beaches, but I'm not really a big beach person because I just burn as soon as I go in the sun. So sunbathing and all of that on the beach isn't my sort of thing. No one will ever top Bill Waterson's Calvin and Hobbes snowman scenes. I don't know what that is, but I can Google it because that sounds very interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Sam. Sammy, it's pretty cool. Yeah, certainly beats living in the UK. You've been painting a lot of Zulu Wars just seen on your page, Ryan. Yes, I have been, mate. I have been painting a lot of Zulu War stuff, but I'm gonna be painting some more 20 mil, probably SS soon. Maybe I think I've got to finish a couple more British Airborne, and then I'm gonna be painting some SS. And I'm also going to be painting some Empress miniatures, British Airborne, I think, because I've got a craving to paint those. If it's probably not the right word, but um, Mikey and Mike are constantly showing photos and talking about it, and it's just got me in the mood to paint some. So I'm definitely going to do that, I think. It's a shame that in Canada we don't have many nice beaches. Do you not get any nice beaches? I suppose you wouldn't on the east coast because you've got the Atlantic, and then on the west coast you would have the Pacific, but it would be quite far enough. Yeah. Is there anywhere that have some nice like sandy beaches, or is it just like the UK where it's quite there's a lot of seashells and stuff? Uh Hello from Belgium. Okay for making para for the Western Desert. Yes, I do have some Fallschirmjäger planned for um, yeah, the Italian front as well as the desert. So in more of their desert gear. So splinter camo jackets with the like desert pattern trousers and helmet. I have got that plan. I'm just debating whether I want to do it in 20 mil or 28 mil. And if I do it in 28 mil, I might snag a peri blister just to try something different. But I'm not sure yet. So let me know what would you guys like to see on that front? Some of my family live in Australia, but not sure where it is close to where they run the Bathurst 500, the supercars racing. Yeah, so that's over east. I think my boss is at the Bathurst this year. I think he's there now, actually. So that's near like Sydney and that, I think. I don't follow it, but I know it's not in Western Australia. It's over on the East Coast. So the East Coast, um, most of the biggest cities are rather close to each other. Well, they're not, but they're a lot closer to each other than what we are in Perth. We're like a 4 hour flight away from the nearest city, whereas they're like a couple of hours drive, I think. Ross is becoming more of a thing here. A few years back, I saw a family on the street to trick or treat. Kid dressed as Superman, mum and dad were dressed as Batgirl, Batman in full latex suit. Thousands. Bloody hell. Is that in the UK as well? We do have the Bay of Fundy, world's highest rising beach. Oh, okay, didn't know that. That's cool. As long as you've got somewhere to escape to, you can get some idea of a good beach. But then you're in Canada, so you only have to fly a few hours and you can get to, places in the US or even down to the Bahamas. Um, Man, the Bahamas was awesome. I love the Bahamas. So the beaches there were awesome. So if you can get yourself down there, then you get some lovely beaches. Am I going to buy Flames War set $50? Rise put Melbourne and Sydney are like a 9 hour drive away. Okay, there you go. That's how little I know. Maybe a couple of hour flight then, an hour and a half hour flight. I know you guys don't have to fly very far. You guys need to be closer. I don't know. I haven't really experienced much of the East Coast. I've been to Sydney, I've been to Melbourne, I've been to Brisbane, um, but only for a few days. And I've been to Adelaide. I didn't invest. I haven't tried to like drive when I've been there. So apologies. There you go. At least we've got somebody in here that actually knows what they're talking about. Scott wants Ozcam. Yes. Yes, we will get to Ozcam eventually. I just don't know when. You're gonna tire me out talking about bloody Ozcam every time. Let's put this diecast plane over here because I feel like I'm gonna break it. I was watching a recent video of a UK gaming show and Grubby was telling me, so he's still training. At least there's a show on today at Newark. He's probably at, and I was going to, but it was too rough. Yeah, I think one of the lads that's on the Discord has gone to that. But yeah, I don't know. I've tried messaging him even on the Red Out Miniatures one, and I haven't got back to him. So I'm just giving up now. I cannot be asked with it. He's just missing out on business. But you know, it is what it is. Now I do feel like I just missed out on a little Lancer's mess. Yes, I did. Any luck with your Corvus Belly? I've been looking for you, but I haven't found anything. Oh, cheers, mate. I really appreciate that. No luck whatsoever. I really like the look of their 100 Years War stuff, but I don't want that like thermoplastic that Plastic Soldier Company had. I've got some. It's literally hidden behind all those paints there, and it is awful. I think it took me 2 hours or 3 hours to clean up just one little sprue of like six figures. It's just not worth the effort. Now, if I can get the metal version, now that would be awesome. Sorry, I forgot that your message. I had seen it and I was going to reply to it. For some reason, I got absolutely distracted. So, thanks for looking out for me, Jamie. If you do find anything, let me know because I would snap them up in no time at all. I had a lot of people like the post, but no one has given me a thing. Uh, is that partisan? Yes, I think it is partisan that he's going to. Well, weather in the UK is cloudy and sunny. Yeah, you guys have been getting better weather in the UK lately. Sorry, mate, just a friendly reminder. I don't normally get to catch a stream. It's like midnight here in this. I know, mate. I'm only being silly. I will do Ozcam. I promise you, I will do Ozcam. Yeah, I don't know when. If it's going to be in 15, 20 mil, or 28 mil. What do you want to see it in? Let me know. Just found metal Romans from them, but no 100 Years War. We'll do. Oh, what Romans do they have? Is it the Caesarian Romans? Because yeah, I might also be tempted by those too. Because the Corvus Belli stuff actually looks really nice. You might be interested in it too, mate. Yeah, Partisan. I often go. I usually go to both of them, but this year I haven't been to either. You guys are so lucky. So lucky, man. I wish we had stuff like that here, especially in Western Australia. I mean, I wouldn't have to fly to get to it. I'm just moaning all the time, aren't I? I want to see Ozcam in 1/6 scale. Yeah, I just tried my hand at an Airfix 1/32 scale, 1/35 scale figure. I've just started and I hate it. I absolutely hate it already. So I don't think I'm ever going to be painting 1/6. I like my small stuff. They're easy to paint and they're easy to hide all your fuck ups. So I'm going to stick to the small stuff, thanks. Oh, so I should get up. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Ah, it's on my phone. This is going to be hard to show, actually, isn't it? Hmm. How am I going to do this? So, let me see how I can show this off. I have to do the old-fashioned way and show my laptop, which might end up causing a whole world of pain. So we'll see how we go with this. So we got that one, that one. We got any more on here? Let's open up this one. Let's scan out that one. Okay, so we get that one, and we'll get This one? Yes, this one. Okay, cool. Alright. I don't want to give away too much. Pinning camo is the vibe of the camo, not the accuracy. Yeah, that is very, very true. You try and be as accurate as you can be, but a lot of the time, especially smaller scales, you're allowed to have a little bit of leeway with how you paint camouflage. And it's all about just trying it and giving it a go, right? You'll get there eventually. I usually go to 4 wargaming shows per year, 3 at Newark and a UK Games Expo at Birmingham and a local one which I'll be going to in November. Oh, man, one day I will definitely get over to the UK for a game show. Hopefully the channel will be even bigger by then and we'll be able to have a good turnout, maybe meet up with a few of you guys. So Ryan's talking about painting 60 Romans from Victrix. Have a good stream, man. About to pass out. It's like 1 o'clock here. Well, I appreciate you joining, Scott. Have a great sleep, mate, and we'll catch each other soon, no doubt. Have you tried Forged in Battle miniatures in 50mm? I haven't tried Forged in Battle. My friend Corey that plays Flames War, he had some Forged in Battle stuff, which looked really nice. I've seen your Forged in Battle Vikings, I think they are, or Dark Ages. They look very nice as well. I just haven't tried them because Flames of War, for me, the metal Flames of War has always been best. I absolutely love Flames of War in metal, the metal infantry and stuff. But I should check them out because that Viking guy that you posted looked really sweet. So, as in nice, not looking. I don't know where I'm going with that. But yeah, it looks like a good model. You've never been to Salute or Colours, says John. Maybe you have to try because I only ever hear good things about Salute and Colours as well. Yeah, Mass is going to attend Partisan next year potentially. That would be a cool event to go to. That's for sure. I only heard about them the other day, and they were quite a nice model. They look very impressive. They do. I think the only thing that turned me off Forged in Battle was the fact that their vehicles come based. I prefer my vehicles not to be based, especially 15mm. So that was the only thing that I was a bit, yeah, the thing that I wasn't too keen on. I mean, you could probably cut it off, but I wish they didn't base their vehicles. Probably makes sculpting them a little bit easier, perhaps. But yeah, that was the only thing. Victories have late and early Romans. Yeah, we're talking more about smaller scale figures, Ryan. Because Victories only do 28mm or their 12mm range for World War II. What was that called again? God, it's been a while since I painted those. Yeah, 50mm, exactly, Ryan. Yeah, 50mm. Yeah, Hammerhead is the other wargaming show that is held in the same venue as Partisan is a great show as well. Yeah, you guys, UK is just great it's a really good like bastion for wargamers because there's always lots of good events on. Base that strikes a little odd. Yeah, if you go on their website, you'll see what I mean. All their tanks come with bases on them. Yeah, I don't really like 50mm vehicles with bases. But, some people do. I know some people definitely do. I prefer mine not to be based myself, though. I think it looks better on a gaming table when they're not based because, they can sort of blend in with whatever environment they're like on. Yeah, Ryan would love to go to a wargaming event in the future. Oh, there's always time, mate. And you live in the UK, so I'm sure you'll find one that's relatively close to where you're going. Just looking at their stock, yeah, it's a bit limiting. But I suppose you could mix up their infantry with Flames of War plastics because the Flames of War plastics are great. They are really, really nice. The only bad one I had from Flames of War, and they've probably fixed that now. I don't know actually. If anyone that games or paints Flames of War stuff, let me know. But their plastic Panther, their side armor had the sprue marking, the mold marking, but it is like a big disc in the front part of the side armor for the Panther, which was horrible. You have to fill it in and stuff. And I remember when they first released them, loads of people were posting their finished Panthers, and they looked great, except there was a dirty, great big circle in it, in the side armor. And I think it goes in. There's 5 panels, and it's in 3 of them, so it doesn't look good, or it's in 2. Um, that was the only kit where I was like, they've let themselves down here because every other kit, the Flames of War plastic released was really nice for vehicles. We're not talking about infantry. That's a whole different ball game. Um, but their vehicles are very, very nice. G'day, Mike. Thanks for joining, mate. Good to have you on. You've been a bit quiet on the Discord lately. Just want to make sure you're still painting up all those paras, mate. I was just telling people before that you've encouraged me to start painting some 28mm British Airborne. So we're going to see them on the not on the channel, but shared on the socials probably this week. I'm going to try and get a couple done this week because I've got the itch for it now, all because of you, Mike. I always base my vehicles. I find that with figures being based, if a tank isn't based, the troops look out of scale to the tank. Now that is a valid point. I've never thought of it that way. Yeah, that's good to know. That's a really good thought. I still probably wouldn't, but that's a good argument. A very, very good argument. How are you going with the Poleston, Mike? Are you almost done with it? Because that looks like a bit of a mindfuck, that one. And did we establish the sexiest tank of the war? So this was a debate we're having on Discord. And no, we haven't because we all thought something different. So I was saying the King Tiger. I mean, you can't go wrong with the King Tiger. I love the Panzer 478. It's probably my favorite looking tank. But in terms of the sexiest looking tank, um, I think you got to give it to the King Tiger. It's just looks great. Yeah, we need to do a poll. I don't think I can do a poll like that in terms of giving you an odd thing. Oh, start a Q&A, say something. Sexiest World War II tank. Somebody's going to put in the Bob Semple, whatever it is. You know they're going to do that, right? There you go. I don't know what that does. Let's go back to the live chat. Okay. Now, man, it's either the comment or the... How do you pronounce that? Is it Chaffee? Shaffy? Hetzers for me. Oh, they're tiny. Jane's joined. Hi, Jane. Keeping Mike, looking after Mike, I hope. Mid-meal, but thought I'd say hello, catch up later. You're a legend, Mikey. I always can count on you to come in. I hope it's not a £240 meal again, though. I think that was right, £240. Jesus, some of you boys just get paid too much money, I tell you. Right, we got the poll active. Polston's finished. What, assembling or painting? Oh, I can hear a helicopter. Painting and based. Wow, you've been busy, man. No wonder you've not been on Discord. Right, make sure you put it on Discord. I want to see it. I want to see it. I reckon it's going to look bloody awesome. It's going to get some good likes on the Empress page, mate. Oh, so it must be kicking off in my suburb because I think there's a police helicopter over the top of my house. It's hovering. Go for it, Mikey. Do not get in the doghouse, lad. Get out. Go and socialize, man. Appreciate you jumping in. Yeah, I know. I think they can tell that I've been hoarding miniatures. Too many miniatures and unpainted. They're coming for me. Did you see the worry in my eyes? Sammy, let's get you to 10K subs. That would be amazing, dude. I'm pushing for it. I don't think it's possible, but if I could get it this month, I would be over the moon. I'm pushing and pushing and pushing for it. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. They're coming. They're looking for you, Chris. Ugh, yeah, probably. Dodgy bloke here with all these paints and models. I'll probably make them sick to their stomach if they came and saw all this. I posted my Napoleonics and Discord Waterloo line. Waterloo line makes it sound like the underground. No, I'll check that out, Ryan. You've been doing some good stuff, man, and I like your info that you've been providing. You did some really good. You showed some really good illustrations of what they look like, which I used for my 172 scale Napoleonic soldier that I painted up. So yeah, thank you for that. It was really handy. Playing inappropriate background music. Yeah, I should play the cops theme song like I did for one of my insurgent videos. They've gone now anyway. I must have scared them off with my toughness. We will all try it. You are a legend, Sammy. You spread the word as far as you can and get as many subbies for me as possible, and I'll be forever in debt. So I did say I was going to speak about the perk, the latest perk that I've brought out. So some of you might have seen it and thought, okay, I've seen this before, something similar from the Flames of War box, which would be correct. My plan is to make these paint guides. The one that I released as a tease for those free on socials was a German one. That's basic, and I'm going to be painting. I'm sorry, I'm going to be making more of them, and they're going to be more in depth as time goes on. My initial plan is just to release them as I go, but I will be making a PDF book out of them eventually, which will include photos of me painting. So instead of a video, it'll be photos of me painting. So each step. So for the German uniform, for example, the here uniform, it will be me painting the German here uniform. Here's how the base should look. Here's how it should look after a wash. Here's how it should look after a layer. And here's how it should look after a highlight, potentially, if I do that. And then it will also have the paint list for each one. So I'll be releasing them in stages. I think the first one I'll do is a German book, which will cover the SS, the Fallschirmjäger, the here. And then after that, it might be the British. I'm not sure. God knows on the time frame. I'll probably try and have one out in the next 4 to 6 months. I know that's a long time, but I want to make sure I get a right idea of what I do. So the individual paint list will be in there. I need to work out how I'm going to go with illustrations because they're probably copyright, the ones that I've started to use. So I need to really rethink that. So yeah, eventually I'll make a book on them. I think I'm going to stick with 20mm for the book because it's a bit more niche. Always happy for suggestions. If people think no, 28mm would be best or 15mm, please let me know. But I think 20mm would be best because it's easily converted to 15 or 28mm. So that's where I'm going to go with the book. So for now, as it stands, the perk is going to be just the paint list, and they will be in the book as well. But before the paint list, you will see each step being painted. I will probably sell the book as a standalone, so it won't be included as a perk. Panzer Aces will probably get a discount, but everyone else, it will just be a standalone thing that you can just buy as a PDF. But I'm not sure. Look, these are my plans anyway. I'm saying all of this like I'm going to be able to do it. But you never know, things might get in the way. I've got a newborn coming in December, so that might also throw a spanner in the works in terms of my time frame and stuff. But we will see. I think it's needed, something that's requested a lot by you guys. Um, and I get quite a bit of time to do this sort of stuff at work. So we'll see if I can make something stick. But at the moment, it's a perk. It's a $2 minimum to get involved. If you want to get these illustrated paint list guides, it's a $2 perk. Obviously, you can go to a higher membership if you want to, but minimum is $2 a month. So I should be releasing these about weekly or fortnightly. So you're getting one or two for $2 a month. So it's up to you if you think that's good value. Um, I've currently got two more that are going to be being released over the next coming days. I'll quickly show you. So this is a sneak peek for those that might be interested. I'm going to pick up my laptop. So we've got the British one here, and we've got the US Airborne as well. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit far away so you can't just screenshot it. So yeah, just a couple that I've made up. British, US Airborne. So I thought I'd give you the German, the US Airborne, and the Brits. And then from there, I'm probably just going to focus on videos that I release, as well as just the Germans to start off with, because they're probably going to be the most popular. And then we'll, whilst I do all the other stuff, I'll start probably dedicating a day towards writing up the book and taking photos and stuff as I go. But yeah, that's just a little thing I thought I'd give a bit of information as to what my plans are with the PDF. I spoke to the lads, the Lardies, for Chain of Command, and they said I would avoid doing a book itself, just because there's no real revenue in there. And a PDF is probably just a lot easier to do, which I think is fair. The only worry about a PDF is obviously people can buy it and then pirate it out to other people. But it is what it is. I'd be lying if I said I'd never watched a pirated movie before or downloaded a game off a torrent or something like that. So it'd be a bit hypocritical of me to say that I don't want that to happen, but I'll try and avoid it. But yeah, that was that. I just thought I'd give a bit of an update. There is plenty more to go. I've got two ready to go already. They don't take that long to make, in all honesty. So it's just finding good illustrations to use. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like it. Please let me know if you've got any suggestions, what you want to see in the book or what you want to see in these paint lists that I'm releasing. Always open to suggestions and what scales and stuff you want to see and what you think's missing, etc., etc. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, that's it. Sorry, so let's catch up on some of the comments. That was a lot of talking. Where the guy painting 100, is he still going? Yeah, Oscar is. I think he's just working a lot, and he's not painting 1,000. I think he's painting 10,000. He's probably hidden away, so he can't get called out. But no, I know he's working, and he sleeps through a lot of these live streams because he works night shifts. So he'll be on. I'm sure we'll do a live stream with him soon. And I think he was moving house too, so he's been a bit busy. Just but nice. I do like watching paint videos, but I love them step-by-step books. Have some of the AKA ones and MIG books. So there you go. So that's good to know. Is that book you posted on Discord? So no, it's not a book. It's just a paint list, but that's what's going to be becoming available for members of the channel, as well as eventually they will be included within the book. Obviously, the book will have a lot more substance in there. Sammy's put I'm buying. Oh, that's great, mate. Thank you so much. I've put a pickup in the Aces Lounge. Oh, okay, cool. I'll check it out, Mike, once we finish here. I'll buy, come in handy, the guide. But yeah, it seems to be something that people actually really want. I think my book as well would probably be a little bit more aimed towards like beginner and intermediate painters, because that's where I feel like I'm at. I'm not at the pro level. And I don't think I think pros, there's quite a few books out there if you want to achieve the pro level. But if you want to choose just something that's going to look pretty good on the tabletop, then I think I might have that covered. Cracking idea, says Mike. Thanks, mate. Do you play War Thunder? No, I don't really game, mate. I do play a bit of Combat Mission with a friend over in Australia, over Eastern Australia. just because you can do it via email. Some old school turn-based game. And I've just started playing a little bit of Mountain Blade, I did play a bit of the Total War for a while there, but no, I don't really game too much, especially not War Thunder. No, I just don't have the time anymore to game as much as I'd like to. Rhyme Breakers would be great for bolt action in 28mm. I think not my friend, but somebody I know, Andy Singleton, I think he released his own book range, painting range, and I think he's focused on 28mm miniatures, so he might already have that covered. So I was thinking like if I do the 20mm stuff, I can sort of look at like 172 scale modelers as well, like figurine painters that just want something quick. But if I can make it into volume, so like do the Germans, the Brits, the Yanks, the Russians, and then do like the minor Axis nations and the minor allied nations like the French and whoever else, Dutch and stuff like that. John's put new book, take my money. Yeah, it'd be a PDF, not a book as such, but you'd be able to print it out, obviously. I suppose I don't know how it's going to work. Actually, it's all just a grandiose idea. We'll see what happens. I'll start off small and we'll take it from there. Maybe um, yeah, I just think it'll make for an interesting thing, uh, like side project. I like 20mm, but want to try 15. 15 is great if you like big scale games. I think 15 just covers that absolutely nicely. I don't game nowadays. I don't have a console or my PC set up. Yeah, it's getting harder these days. Especially, I miss the days where you used to be able to plug in sorry, put in a disc and just install it. Now you've got to download like 100 gigs to play a game. It just seems silly. That's why I don't understand how like some game shops can sell PC games anymore because there's absolutely no need for it. You're just buying an empty case with a CD key in it. You're better off just getting it off Steam or one of those other online sort of companies. All right. So has anyone answered the Q&A? Answer viewer questions live. Oh, have I? Oh, okay. John's put the Hetzer in there. So the Q&A is up, guys. If you want to put in your sexiest tanks, at the moment the Hetzer's winning. So I've got the missus building more houses. Well, you've got her working, mate, because she's only messaged a couple of times, so you must be making sure she's not stopping. I'd be going to Fair Work if I was her, and I hope you're paying her double time for a Sunday shift. But you've got a good one there, mate. She's willing to do that for you. I still play games, but I work on scale models first. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I do the same. When I've got a spare bit of time, I do it. But yeah, I just don't have much time these days. I will show you another thing actually. Seeing as some of you guys are in here, we can see. Hopefully, you'll be able to see. Here we go. So, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. So just here, and here we've got. So I've stopped releasing early videos for a couple of videos because I think I've put too many out. But we have got two more. So we've got the 172 US Infantry and the 172 American Civil War painting tutorial. It's uploaded. They're just private at the minute. So I'll probably release those next week. Just to stop cluttering up the video schedule, because I noticed that it says early release, and then one of them was like from like 2 months ago, and I went, "Oh, okay, that's probably not a good idea." Doesn't look too much. Cheers for paying me. And also, Mike, I did see that comment that was retracted. You're a harsh boss, mate. Although I don't know, are you the boss really? because I'm not here in this household. I'd like to think I am, but I'm not. You mostly play World of Tanks, says Ryan. Yeah, that's a common game. A lot of my work colleagues, our old work colleagues, play that. Yeah, my nerve went like, yeah, yeah. I can. Why do I feel like the doghouse is calling for you, mate? Just got a funny feeling. Yeah, what I liked about the hit series, it was small, but the armor angles were crazy, leading to lots of shots not penetrating, just deflecting. See, I thought I read that the Hetzer was something that tank crews didn't like to be in because it was like a coffin. But okay, it was a tiny tank though, so you can see why rounds would deflect with the angle of the front plates and stuff. I don't think so, says Jane. And the Stug is voted as the sexiest tank by Ryan. That's interesting. Yeah, people do like the Stug. Um, Not many allied tanks though. We did have a couple at the start from Ian. But yeah, the Germans do make the nicest looking things, which is annoying to say for but it's the truth. The Panther was also a great tank looking tank. The Tiger, wrong coats, Stug. Now we're talking about real, not wrong coats, were not scale models here, the real deal. But yeah, or you're saying that that's better than the real deal, which you probably wouldn't be wrong anyway, because his 3D prints are bloody outstanding. Is a Stug a tank or a tank destroyer? Well, that's a good point. Yes, it'd be a tank destroyer, but well, I'd say it'd be a tank destroyer. But I think when we put tank, we mean any vehicle. Maybe I should have put vehicle because we can put jeeps. I reckon jeeps could qualify. Um, yeah. No love for the T34 76. That is my favorite variant the of the T34. I think that looks awesome. And I love a T34 with the bed spring armor on it, plates. I think they look great. And a T34 with bed spring armor, T34 76 with bed spring armor and escorts on there would with a flag, that just is the perfect looking Russian tank in my opinion. He's very, very lucky to have me and also enjoy making the models, but I've not got round to the net curtains just yet. Well, you keep teasing the net curtains. I look forward to Mike um, showing me some photos of them and some of your work because it sounds awesome. I'll have to get you to speak to my wife and get her to follow in your footsteps on the painting front. I like the T34 and the Sherman M4. Yeah, good job Mike is not here. He would vote cheap. Yeah, he would. He would. Or the cut down third Morris truck, or the little bikes, the little airborne bikes that they could drive as well. Assault gun, not really a tank or tank destroyer, to be honest. Yes, assault gun, that's probably better. I best crack on. Oh, God, he really does run a tight ship there, doesn't he? Any love for the Sherman M4? T34 85. Yep, the 85 is also a lovely tank. But does it outweigh like the Panther or the King Tiger in terms of looks? I don't think. Firefly for Live Lancers, but I've always liked the Panzer 4. Oh, see now the Panzer 4 is on my lower level. I'm not a big fan of the Panzer 4. Um, and I'd say the Firefly as well. I think the only thing I like about the Firefly is when they paint the actual barrel to make it look smaller. But that's interesting to know. What about the hybrid Firefly? Now I think that looks a little bit nicer. It's like they say, tree or mean and live in fear. Yeah, that's a great one. Absolutely. Panther 4, yeah. I've spread the word of your channel. Sammy, you are a legend, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Sammy. I think the Stug is an ugly duckling. Sorry, guys. I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of the Stug. It looks good, but it's just a box with a sorry. But then I say that, but I do love the Panther 470A, specifically the A, which is literally a box with a massive barrel on it. But I think that looks so funny. I've recently come to the lines of the type likes of the Type 95. Now that is something we haven't heard yet. A nice Japanese little tank. I think they had the hand crank, didn't they, to turn around the turret. Yes, probably in terms of looks wise though, nice camo scheme. Nice little tank. It did some carnage in the Type 97 did a lot of carnage in Malaya. Right, now I'm probably going to say this wrong, but the Lush or Lush, I don't know how you pronounce that little tiny 2 centimeter reconnaissance tank. I think it was used for by the Germans. But yeah, that's a lovely little. I think in terms of recce vehicles, it's probably my favorite recce looking vehicle. Was it built on the Panzer II chassis? A Sherman or a Panzer III J? Yeah, the Panzer III J was very nice for a Panzer III. Longer barrels look nice. See, I knew it wouldn't take long. Jamie's put the Bob Semple tank. Yeah, of course. There's always one in there. Nobody wants the Bob Semple. What about the Churchill? Churchill's been forgotten. That's a good one. What about the ugliest? It's got to be the Matilda one. I think that thing looked bloody ugly. I love the Matilda too, but the Matilda one looked is just rank. The Bob Semple doesn't count because it didn't even leave New Zealand. Have you ever seen anyone paint one? I haven't. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should be the first. I'm sure there's got to be one on YouTube. That would make a great little Wednesday sort of video, wouldn't it? I'm sure there's got to be a 3D print out there somewhere. Get him, says Ian. Yeah, get him. We're going to get our pitchforks out. Chase Jamie. I'm going to have to look now. 3D print Bob Semple tank. Download. Yeah, there is one. That's tempting. What colour scheme? Did the Canadians adopt any sort of camouflage? Although that's not the nicest looking 3D print. But yeah, maybe that's something I should look into. I love the Churchill, says Sammy. Yeah, the Churchill was lovely, wasn't it? Especially the one with the 6 pounder, the 6 pounder cannon on it. I think that was great. Although I am a massive fan of the AVRE, the with the big old cannon on it. Imagine being a German, just being in a bunker and watching this thing just roll up and just lobbing this huge round into the bunker. That would have been scary. So roughly 2,580 hetzers were produced and around 530 were destroyed. Okay, so that's actually not too bad when in the grand scheme of things. Because I wonder what like the Panzer IV would have been like in comparison. What's that? It's probably about 20%, if I can do my maths. No. Yes, about 20%, 25%. The Matilda was the special British tank. Yeah, the Matilda 1 was rank. It just looked awful. Matilda 2 was lovely in terms of its looks, but it was very slow. I do like the frog version, the Aussies putting the flamethrower on there. I think that was a good idea. Yeah, don't bully my Bob Semple. Matilda, Queen of the Desert. Yep, she was. Well, the Panzer III did pretty well in the desert at the start. Oh, Phantom. Hello, oi. Hello, all. Hey, Baltazar. Thanks for joining, mate. Yes, it's a diecast Phantom that I intend to paint up eventually in terms of fix up, make it look a lot nicer. Um, but I love the scheme on there now. The Jolly Rogers Phantom, so very cool. Bob Simple Tank popular in VB. Is that Victoria Britain Civil War games? Is that what that stands for? That's like the black shirts and all that, isn't it? Oh, very British Civil War, Victorian British. I was close. Yes, okay. I did know what you were talking about. So that's pre World War Two. I have to find a 3D print. Maybe somebody has got one out there. I have to have a look on YouTube, see if anyone's produced a video. That is more popular than we realize. Yeah, it probably is. Um, very British Civil War. Yeah, I just Googled that one. That was embarrassing. Sorry, guys, Matilda's the ugliest tank ever to me. What, the Matilda 2? You don't like the Matilda 2? I think the Matilda 2 looked good. The modern Panzer is attacking. Sorry, the Matilda is a Panzer is attacking. What about a list of modern tanks? I don't know my modern tanks. Um, yeah, no. I don't know my modern tanks too well. Oh dear. There we go. I'll end the Q&A. All right, guys, that's pretty much the end of the stream. I did start this a little bit early as well. I've got work super early tomorrow, so it's bedtime for me. It's just closing in on 10:30 p.m. So I'm literally going to finish this and probably go to sleep. Oh, I'm going to check out your pics though, Mike, before I go to bed, as well as you, Jamie. The M3 Grant, I always find it hard to look at. Oh, I do like the M3 Grant, but it's got to be not in the desert scheme. It's got to be in the Burma front or the Indian front. I think those look nice with lots of storage and stuff on there, and the counterweight on the barrel. I think that makes it look good too. I think most Walters look like a box, to be honest. Not really sexy looking. They're all a bit back getting stuff done, not aesthetics. See, I don't know. I still think the German stuff, something like the Panther wasn't boxy. I don't think the King Tiger wasn't boxy. Um, yeah, that's my thoughts at least. Anyway, thanks, Jane. Thank you. I will. You have a lovely day. Enjoy painting the rest of those buildings, or not the rest of them. That would be really working you hard. Painting those buildings for Mike. Um, yeah, you don't like an off-center gun. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. It is really off-center. It's 10:30 a.m. in Canada. I know you guys are just starting your Sunday. I'm gonna be bloody at work on a Monday soon. Yes. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the little sample of what's to come for the perks. So if you want to join the membership program, you can join via Patreon or YouTube membership program. And remember, it's the $2 tier up if you want to get access to those paint lists with the illustration. A lot of people join the Patreon page as free members. I'm talking like 30 or 40 last night, maybe about 30. You will not be getting the illustration paint list unless you join up as a paid member. So just be aware of that. I just hope people aren't joining expecting it, because you're going to be disappointed. Sorry. So yes, it's on Patreon and on YouTube membership programs. All right. And then eventually the book when it comes out, whenever the hell that's going to be. But yes, have a great one, guys. Have a lovely day or morning, night, whatever, wherever you're at, whatever part of the world you're in. It's awesome when I speak to you guys, just being from everywhere. I really appreciate it. Patreon, great guys. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah, have a great one, everyone. I really, really appreciate you guys being on here, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.